What is up, YouTube? This is DeFGandolf, and today is April the 1st, 2014, and we have a new map and a new tank added to World of Tanks. Wargaming just released this today, and so yeah, I'm going to be kind of taking a look at it. The map is called Operation Nostalgia, and it really does embody all that World of Tanks is. Now, the new tank that was added is a Tier 1 artillery called the Karl. This is a tank that everyone gets for free, and it is automatically elite, and yeah, so if you don't want it, you can sell it and get a garage slot, I'm sure. Actually, no, never mind, I already had two. So, this is the Karl. As you can see, it has all of Wargaming's famous HD modeling that is to come in 9.0. This tank already has, it's not exactly an HD model, but it is definitely up there. You can, I mean, its textures are obviously better than, say, the ELC AMX, the SU-100Y, or even the mighty T-20 American medium tank. And this tank is an absolute beast. Let me look at the vehicle stats here. So, this is a Tier 1 artillery gun, as I've already mentioned. It has 1,500 hit points. That's not shabby for Tier 1. I'd say that's a pretty good number. You will get killed occasionally, but at the same time, it is a decent number. It has a very powerful engine for Tier 1 at 1,200 horsepower. And that engine gives it a very, very nice 70 kilometers an hour top speed. Very comparable to the Tier 6 British FV304, along with the traverse speed of 60 degrees per second. Now, one huge downfall of the Karl is its 10 armor. Although, if you shoot it straight through the tracks, the space armor of the track does add 30 for whatever reason. Normally it just adds about 15 or 20, but for some reason it adds 30. So if you're shooting at a car from the side, be sure to aim at the turret side. And standard penetration for the gun on the Karl is about 56 millimeters, I want to say. Let's take a look. Characteristics. And it has a very nice reload speed, 30 rounds per minute. That means you're going to be firing off a shot about every 2 seconds, roughly. But before we look at the gun, let's finish off the tank specs itself. It has a gun traverse of 44 degrees a second, which is very nice. And it has a view range of an outstanding 400 meters for a Tier 1 tank. And signal range of another outstanding 750. Now, for a Tier 1 tank, this is really good. This is also comparable to that of Tier 10 heavies. And even then, I think that that many Tier 10 heavies might not even have that. So, yeah, that's a decent amount. The gun is the gun Karl, which I'm pretty sure means it's a mortar named Karl. It is a 600 millimeter gun with, like I said earlier, a 30 rounds per minute rate of fire, 50 average pin, 300 average damage, a not-so-great accuracy of 0.7 at 100 meters, a 2-second aiming time, which isn't horrible. In fact, it's actually decent, and weight of 5K. And 600 millimeters, that's okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. It'll work. 300 average damage. I mean, it can be topped, but still, it's a decent gun. Especially on a Tier 1 tank, I think that it really can get the job done. Now, one thing to keep note of, there's no premium shells for this gun. It only fires high explosive. And some people, especially the wallet warriors out there, might take that as a disadvantage, but I honestly don't think it's so. So, this tank is basically a Tier 1 FV304. I don't know what you guys think. The gun's range is very, very limited, in fact. And that does count as a drawback. So, yes, this is a rather large tank, as you can see. Compare that to, say, the TOG. In fact, it might actually be larger than the TOG. Yeah, that's larger than the TOG, just for a size reference. Here's a TOG, and its tracks end just beyond the exterior button, and they end back here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tell the back, but this tank extends well beyond the exterior button here, and go to about the same place over here. But it is a very, very tall tank, especially when compared to the TOG. I mean, you thought the TOG is massive. This thing is like freaking Empire State Building compared to like a just house. I mean, that is so tall. But anyway, so like I said, this is a decent tier 1 tank, and so I think now that I've gone over that, I'm going to get into the gameplay, so I will be right back. So here we are on Operation Nostalgia. As you can see, the HD graphics are just incredible. The lighting effects, the sky, everything is just insane with this. Most of the terrain features within this map are destructible, and it does lend itself very nicely to the changes with the Havoc engine that are going to be coming in 9.0. As you can see, the Karl is a very popular tank. In fact, it's the only tank that can play on this map, and this is the only map that you will get when using the Karl. This tank is very large. It's so large, in fact, that it gives the impression that this map is actually kind of small, when really it isn't. But it's just so large and fast. And as you can tell, the sound effects on this map are just, they're top-notch. They couldn't have been done any better. Really got to give the sound design team over at Wargaming credit where credit is due. It is very nice.
That was close.
Alright, so as this is an artillery gun, I am using it as such. As you can see, there's the limited range of the Karl coming into play. So now I'm going to push up through these bushes. You can see someone shot a hole through that wall there. Let's see. That is actually out of range. That is how limited the gun on the Karl is. I mean, again, this tank is a good tank, but it is definitely not without its drawbacks.
Enemy armor is hit.
So, I suppose I'll just sit here for a moment.
Critical hit. The main gun is damaged. We're dead for. Everyone get out. Penetration.
But hey, I did over 1,000 damage. Didn't quite do my tank's HP worth in damage. But again, like I said, the Karl is a decent tier 1 tank. Nothing too fancy. And again, it was just added into the game along with this map today on April 1st, 2014. And I will quick cut to another match. I will be right back. Alright, so I am back in round 2. And this time we have spawned on the northern end. This map is perfectly symmetrical, so there are absolutely no balance issues with this map. It is 100% perfectly symmetrical across the middle line. And this map is so HD that it appears HD is actually written in the middle here. See, HD.
Time to roll out.
That's just how much work was put into the HD graphics of this map. And I just really got to give Wargaming props. This is honestly probably one of the highest quality maps and tanks to be put into the game thus far. Oh goodness, I'm gonna shoot the wall. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of wait here, see what happens. Kind of hanging out. Hey, Karl.
Critical hit. That was close. Critical hit.
Hey, Karl. Come on, I gotta win this Karl fight.
Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit. Track hit.
Come on.
Penetration. Penetration.
Come on, Carl. You got this.
They're knocked out.
Ah, we killed each other. Dang it. Alright, well, I did about 1,300 rather. 13,000, lol. Man, that would be a lot of damage. I'm not even sure you can do that much damage in a match. I've never seen anyone do more than 10k damage. I'd like to see that. But, yeah, so I did 1,392 damage. And I killed one enemy, Karl. But sadly, he also killed me. But, yeah, so this has been my, I guess, review type deal for the Karl as well as Operation Nostalgia, the map that you see in all of its wonderful HD graphics wonder. So if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. Be sure to head to my channel and subscribe for much more great World of Tanks coming to my channel in the very near future. And yeah, this is DeFGandolf signing off. Later, guys.